I want to share one or two experiences that I had in India. When I left India, I felt I left my heart there, actually. I lived in Uttar Pradesh for about a year, traveling to all the villages, and I picked up the language in their tongue, mother tongue of Hindi. Where it started was in Uttar Pradesh, so they had very good, perfect Hindi. I found as I travelled around other states, they didn't really have perfect Hindi. It wasn't their mother tongue. They had a state language they spoke. And in India, there are 16 major languages, apart from the national state language of Hindi and second language English. So they had the state language and then had the village languages. So there's 16 major languages, 800 other languages in India. And I was working in West Bengal in a centre for drug addicts. This pastor came with his wife and we were praying for people. And as we were praying, his wife would say something in a language I didn't understand. And it was the exact language of the person that we were ministering to. And the pastor told me she's not educated. She only has her village language. She doesn't even speak the state language. And yet there she was speaking to people in their mother tongue. She couldn't speak the state language, but she had many languages when she ministered to people because the Holy Spirit gave her those languages. Isn't that a wonderful thing of God doing that? And I remember going down South India and I was driving this truck full of ladies to a ladies' conference. And I stopped off in Kerala to get some petrol for the vehicle. And these two Malayalis come along and I knew they wanted to look in the back of the vehicle. And I knew that if they saw those women, they'd wonder what I'm up to. It could create any situation. A Western with these women in the back of a vehicle could be accused of anything. So I went up to them and I'd been in UP for about a year. So I'd got a suntan. So my skin colour was similar to the people in UP, whereas in Kerala, they've got a darker skin tone. And I started speaking in Hindi with a UP accent, and I was wearing a UP kurta, that's a UP dress. And I heard them saying in Malayali to each other, wow, he's a UP walla, and they went away quick. Wise as serpents, that's what we have to be, harmless as doves. I was selling books to live on, and I went into this shop shoe shop in Rajasthan, and I said, Achikatal, der rupiah, that's a New Testament in 6 rupees cost. I went to the owner and he's a big smile on his face, twinkle in his eye. I knew what was in his brain because I'd become culturalized by then. There was a group of guys standing around him. He took the book, I look, and then he says, I keep. So I said, okay. As I walked out, I picked up the most expensive pair of sandals, leather ones, weighed them above my head and say, I keep. And they all laughed at him. He quickly gave me the book back. And the same thing happened when I was selling gospel packets for 25 paisa to a rickshaw walla. And he said, look, let me look. He looked, he said, I keep. So I sat on his rickshaw, said, I take ride. He gave me it back again. But most Westerns would have had a long argument and lost the argument. I got on a rickshaw going from to Allahabad to the team base where I was staying in Motilal Nero Road, in the same road as Nero lived with his palace down the road. The rickshaw walla wanted to charge me 6 rupees, their rupiah. And I knew it was only 250, do pachas rupees. So I let him take me. Halfway there, he wanted 2 rupees. He bought some biddies, cigarettes. When I got to the team base, I said, I've given him 2 rupees. Can you settle up? He argued for ages and he only got the 50 paisa. That's what he's meant to get. Wise as serpents, harmless as doves.